What's going on, Colts Nation? Appreciate you joining me after an exciting win by the Colts, coming out beating the Titans, a game that was very high scoring. Didn't look like it was going to be, but ended up very high scoring by the end of it. And obviously, not the way we planned it, not the way we intended it to go. Got a little too close for comfort there at the end, but at the end of the day, able to put it away between the offense and the defense, did just enough to be able to come away with the win in this game against the Titans. And this was a game like we came into these last three games like we should win these games for sure. And it started off where the Titans put points on the board before us. We looked terrible in the first quarter, and the Titans win that quarter 7-0. They were able to drive right down the field on us, put up a touchdown. It looked like it was going to be a long day for us. Like losing in Denver had killed all the momentum, all of our confidence, all of our mojo was gone. That's what I thought after that first quarter, and thought, man, it's going to be a tough game to watch. And then in the second quarter, we explode. 24-0 in the second quarter, and we did them what the Broncos did to us, essentially, right? 24-7 going into halftime, and I mean, completely dominated that quarter, right? In the first quarter, Anthony completes his first pass, but then has a couple of off passes, throws an interception. And somebody in my chat when I was live said that pass got tipped, and I don't know if that's true or not. But either way, threw the interception. First half just not good. Then after that, and Anthony didn't throw a whole lot throughout the day, and didn't need to. We were winning for a lot of the day. But nonetheless, we really started to get Jonathan Taylor rolling, and that was obviously the big change in the game. We were able to get explosive plays at different times. Obviously, there was the pass down the field from AR to AD Mitchell. Great pass, incredible over-the-shoulder pass. AD did a great job of helping his quarterback and just being a wide receiver, adjusting his body and being able to make that catch and being able to hold on to the ball as he went to the ground, right? So overall, things really started to get going. We started having the explosive plays. Jonathan Taylor went nuts. We talked before this game about Jonathan Taylor, and hopefully we see him have a bounce back game after what happened. Like, it was so uncharacteristic, and I know the way that I talked about it, there were people that were in the comments of that video not very happy with me, and I get it, and I expected that. But at the end of the day, like, it's 24-0 after that point. Something obviously changed with the team. We stopped dominating the way we were dominating, and Jonathan Taylor coming into this game and the way he was able to take control of it. Like, he looked good early before the explosive plays, and then boom, rips off a 65-yarder that almost looks almost identical to the Patriots a couple years ago when we played the Patriots in 2021 when Jonathan Taylor was Jonathan Taylor. And Jonathan Taylor ripped off that run, started on the left side, did a cutback, and goes all the way down the right side. This play, 65 yards. The last one, 65 yards. Looked very similar. But nonetheless, you go past that. He rips off a 7-yarder. The first play of the second half comes out, rips off a 7. So we were already up 24-7. Comes out, first half, 30-yard line after a touchback or a return that got to 30, can't remember. But Jonathan Taylor rips off a 70-yarder, right, to get another touchdown on the board. And then ends up with another. I thought Anthony Richardson was going to get his second rushing touchdown. Should have been. They reviewed it, right? We looked at it, and he very clearly got into the end zone, in my opinion. But nonetheless, they end up taking a touchdown away from Anthony Richardson. So Jonathan Taylor ends up with 3 touchdowns in this game. And we were up at one point, I want to say we were up 38-7. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, 38-7. And then, just like last game, giving up a bunch of unanswered points at the end of the game, we give up 8 points in the third quarter after we had scored 14. We gave up 8 points. And then in the fourth quarter, we gave up 15 points, right? So all of a sudden, this game that should have been put away because of this one was on Gus Bradley and his defense. Through the week, I tried to tell people in the last game, the defense wasn't the reason that the other team put up 24 points, right? The offense was on the field for some of that, and special teams put the defense in a bad position multiple times during that run. So, in my opinion, defense last week off the hook, but this week, defense 100% let them back in the game. Now, some of that is on the offense, right? We took Jonathan Taylor out, and we're using Trey Sermon and Tyler Goodson, and they were actually doing well. They were doing pretty well, and we were able to move the ball and take some time off the clock, but we stopped scoring. And we stopped really advancing the ball, and Anthony wasn't passing. Right, we just went into complete roll. We ran the ball 50 times in this game for 300, a franchise record 335 yards on the ground. Anthony threw for 131 on 11 passes. Right, 7 completions on 11 attempts. 131 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He also had 9 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown in this game. I mean, adding big-time yardage. Tyler Goodson looked good getting in, looked explosive. He had 4 carries for 22 yards. Trey Sermon had 8 carries for 25 yards, less effective. But overall, we stopped moving the ball there in the second half on offense. So somebody in my chat said, Shane's not completely out of blame, and you're not wrong. You're completely not wrong. But I did think that the offense, for what we were trying to do, right? We're up 38-7, 31 points. I mean, at most, that's 4 scores, right? So I just think at the end of the day, I thought the offense did fine. I didn't think it was so much Shane's fault. I thought Shane did what he should have been doing, trying to eat clock. And I thought we obviously 335 rush yards. We were running effectively 6.7 yards per carry. Obviously, 2 of those carries factor in for 135 yards. So you take that away. That's 48 carries for 225 yards outside of the 2 205 yards, not 235, 205 yards. If you take away the JT touchdowns, I'm dummy. That's 48 for 200 yards. That's the final tally. That's what it would have been without those 2 big carries from JT. So even still, great day from the offense. Overall, I think in the second half, again, getting conservative, it brought some of the numbers down, obviously, and not completing drives ended up making this closer. But at the end of the game, we put JT back in the game, and we found a way to go win this game. Defense almost gave it up, but at the end of the day, I thought that we played the way we should have played, dominating for the most part and for most of the game, dominating a bad football team. Now, it is indicative of who we are that we let them back in the game. Scored 38 points, and it almost wasn't enough, or it almost took us to overtime. So it was a good job to hold on. And at the end of the day, the score looks closer than it was. I mean, total yard, we outgained them by 150, and we only ran 5 more plays. If that tells you anything, we were better on 3rd down. We were 1 for 1 on 4th down. I mean, overall, they had 1 more drive than us in this game, and even still, we come out with an 8-point win. Just overall, I just thought it was a good day for the offense. Obviously, early there was some bad from the offense there in the first quarter. Offense, defense in the first quarter was both bad. You take that out of it. The rest of the game, I thought we saw some good things, except for the defense. And hey, this was at the beginning, before the game started, when I started the stream and we were just talking. I literally said, I kind of hope that this ends up just being an exciting game where we can win a high-scoring game and the defense gives up a bunch of points because we want Gus Bradley to be gone. So, in my opinion, this kind of went exactly how we thought, or how I wanted it to, right? Exciting game. We put up a bunch of points. Very high-scoring game, 38-30, right? Putting up 68 points combined in this game. And overall, exciting game. We come out with the win. Defense gives up a bunch of points again, and we continue to get worse in every statistic except for interceptions. We get 3 more interceptions in this game, 1 at the very, very end by Kenny Moore, and he ends this game with multiple interceptions, which is great. So Again, overall came out, did what we were supposed to do against a bad football team. And we got a couple more coming up. We got the Giants, who look terrible right now. No matter who they play at quarterback, it really doesn't matter. They look terrible. We really just got to focus on stopping Malik Neighbors. And of course, we'll talk more about the Giants and what's upcoming this week. But I thought this was a good day for a lot of the young guys to get some good experience. And going forward, I think we're really starting to see who's going to bring value to us and who's not as we continue to go forward into the future with Anthony Richardson and Shane Steichen as our head coach. So, of course, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you get notified anytime we drop any more content, news, updates, when we go live, whatever the case may be. Make sure you're getting notified for it. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.